We meet in an hour of change and challenge.
In an age of both knowledge and urgency.
Where the greater our knowledge increases,
the closer we get to devastation and disaster.
Despite the striking fact that our world is full of brilliant minds.
MultiChoice's goal with the Earthshot prize is to find these minds.
And together with them, find the solutions for a better future for our Africa.
A continent of possibilities, yet suffering.
Some may ask, why choose the Earthshot prize?
Why now? They may as well ask why over 50 years ago fly to the moon. Because we choose to. We choose to enrich the lives of our future.
We choose to repair Africa in this decade.
From the rich soil of Ghana,
the forests of the Congo,
right to the oceans that touch South Africa and beyond.
That is the mission of our partnership with the Earthshot Prize and MultiChoice.
We do it not because it is easy, but because it is right.
Humanity needs an Earthshot.
Our continent needs an Earthshot.
Our home needs an Earthshot.
This challenge is one that we are willing to accept.
One we are unwilling to postpone.
The answers to sustainability are here.
New hopes for knowledge and innovation are here.
With you, with me, with us.
We must find them.
We must set a course to a better tomorrow. And therefore, as we set sail, we ask you to join us.
Join the Earthshot Prize and MultiChoice on this, the greatest adventure to repair our world.
I thought I lost you, but I found myself in her. I thought I loved you, but I found myself alone. And if you ever find your way outside my door, just know I loved you, but I found myself alone. We made our promises for life, and then time came and pulled us from our lives. Rings and roses can blind me from the fact that the fate I thought was meant for us was all in my head. I thought I lost you, but I found myself tonight. I thought I loved you, but I found myself alone. Said if you ever find your way outside my door, just know I loved you, but I found myself alone. And I'm better than ever without you, without you. And I weather whatever without you. When I'm breaking through all the pain, I realize that I'm bound to all the ways we dream of childhood's beside. But don't you say you're sorry about it, my love. When you're waking up, the angels will be calling about it, my love. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think Nikita Kering deserves another round of applause. There is a reason she is called Africa's Rising Star, and she was performing there with Red Force Chorus. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it's a very warm welcome to all of you. Welcome to the official announcement of the partnership between the MultiChoice Group and the Earthshot Prize. My name is Yvonne Aquara, and it is truly such an honor to be hosting this event. Now, in this session today, you can look forward to some insightful discussions where we'll be looking to address some of the world's biggest environmental problems. You're also going to meet some of the 2021 Earthshot finalists from across Africa. And of course, we have some more exciting performances for you, including an appearance by Kenya's very own Nyashinski. Yeah, I know, isn't that exciting? So listen, we're also joined today by local and international organizations, each of them with a key focus on climate change and supporting innovations that will empower Africans to provide sustainable solutions for our planet. Now, of course, there's many other issues that we want to get into today, and just to remind you that the Earthshot is a global prize for the environment, and it is designed to incentivize change and to help repair our planet over the next 10 years. Now, guided by a single motto, which is enriching lives, the MultiChoice Group remains driven to making a difference in the African communities that they serve. And this is why they've partnered with Earthshot Prize. And it's all about raising awareness, and it's about helping to find and grow the environmental solutions that are needed to achieve this goal on the planet. We want to hear from you. So we want to get this conversation started and going on social media. So please use the hashtag EarthshotPrizeXMultiChoice. That hashtag is EarthshotPrizeXMultiChoice, so we can get this conversation started. So let's do that, shall we? It's now time, ladies and gentlemen. Please help me welcome my first guest here to tell us more about the Earthshot Prize. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the CEO, Ms. Hannah Jones. Thank you, Hannah. Please have a seat. It's so good to have you with us today.
Thank you so much. It's so wonderful to be here.
Right? Are you excited?
Oh, I have just, ever since I landed in Kenya, I have just been moved and excited and so thrilled to be here with you today.
Yeah, great. I mean, there's excitement around this incredible initiative. So let's get into it. What is the Earthshot Prize?
Well, as you said earlier, the Earthshot Prize is there to award innovation that could help repair and regenerate the planet. Every year, we throw the most prestigious awards ever in the world, focused entirely on innovative solutions that can help to repair the planet. And so beneath that, what we do is we scour the earth for those innovations. We are constantly looking for incredible game changers, entrepreneurs, not-for-profit leaders, youth activists who are doing something to make a difference in their community, and who have come up with solutions that, if we were to help them to scale, could really be transformative, not just for their community, but for the world more broadly.
Yeah. Whose initiative is the Earthshot Prize?
Well, the Earthshot Prize was actually founded by Prince William, the now Prince of Wales, and it was born in Namibia. So it comes from Africa.
Yeah.
He was in Namibia visiting a conservation project, and he had two insights and an inspiration. And the first was that he was visiting this conservation project that was doing incredible work. It had figured out how to restore conservation, support the local community, but his frustration was really there that, my goodness, this is an incredible solution, but it's not scaling.
Yeah.
Why is no one else taking this project and taking it all over Africa, or all over Asia, or all over the whole of Europe? And the second observation was that at the time, in 2019, he felt that the dialogue was really about anxiety and fear. Whenever we talked about climate change, it was about the difficulty of it and the fear of it. And he wanted to bring some inspiration. So he took inspiration from President Kennedy's moonshot challenge to the American people, in which President Kennedy set a challenge and said, in a decade, we must land a man on the moon and bring him home safely. And in doing that, he basically unleashed a wave of innovation that changed economic and social progress and inspired a mindset that we could make the seemingly impossible possible.
Yeah. So let's talk about that decade of the Earthshot. What are its imperatives? What do we hope to have done over the next 10 years?
Well, as the scientists have told us, it is absolutely critical that we reverse what's happening right now that is leading to a climate crisis. And I think today we all see around us the impact of that crisis. So our imperatives are, we have 5 challenges. We think about how we can restore nature. We think about how we can build a waste-free world. We think about how we can protect and preserve our oceans, clean our air, and fix our climate. And if we all work on those things, the world we leave our children, the world we'll live in today and tomorrow, will be a better place.
Yeah, that's right, because we're already feeling the impact of climate change. So it's not just for the future.
It's absolutely
for
about now.
Yeah.
This is the decade of change. This must be our Earthshot decade.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome my next guest on stage. That's Multi-Choice Group Chairman, Mr. Imtiaz Patel.
You have to get up and say welcome.
Hello.
Hello, welcome. It's really good to have you here. So, what a fantastic, partnership and an exciting time. Multi-Choice is all about taking Africa's stories to the world, isn't it, Imtiaz? And now it's telling Africa's stories of change and innovation as well. So tell us a little bit more about this.
Where do I start? Well, I think maybe just to give some context. Many people don't know that Multi-Choice has been on the continent for more than 30 years. It was only the second pay TV operator in the world outside of the United States. So as an example, it predates Sky in the United Kingdom. Now that is a perfect example of innovation, but it's also a perfect example of how innovation that comes out of Africa is well hidden. Really well hidden.
Yeah.
So I think we spend a lot of time on the continent trying to showcase the pride of what we are. We tell local stories. Half of Multi-Choice's budget on content goes towards producing local stories in 17 languages, across 20 channels. We are the biggest funder of sport on the continent. We employ 7,000 people. In the value chain below that, there are probably tens of thousands of people who are employed in the value chain. If you think about, and I often think about the continent, say 10, 15, 20 years ago, the only connection that Africans had to the outside world genuinely was through DSTV and through Multi-Choice, and I'm sure you can relate to that. We're a very proudly African company. But together with that comes enormous responsibility. And through that responsibility, we are very, very conscious that part of our DNA is to give back, to contribute, and to make sure that we create a sustainable future, not only for our organization, but for Africans. And through that, we do a number of initiatives in terms of development programs, in terms of the Multi-Choice Talent Factory, where young people are trained to create storytelling, which eventually gets onto the channels.
Yeah.
Now, I think climate change, we all know, it's interesting in the last 2 days that we've been heading to this event. I've spoken to many people. The lady who brought me here to this event, she's in her 30s. She's got a 3-year-old daughter. And I said to her, how important is the climate to you? And she said, immensely important. And just doing talking to young people, they are so conscious about the climate and the future for themselves and the future of their children. And I think we all have a responsibility to ensure that we leave this world perhaps in a better state that we found it. It's quite a cliche, but I think it's a very powerful thing that we all have to be responsible about. Now, about a year ago, I got this chance phone call. I was sitting in my office in Dubai, and I forget her name. It was a lady who said, I work for the foundation of the Prince of Wales.
Yeah.
I don't know what he was called then, but what the title was then, and said, we have this thing called the Earthshot Prize. I'd never heard about it.
Yeah.
Okay. And we'd like to talk to you about becoming the African partner, etc. I must just say, within 2 seconds, I just thought this was the right thing for us to do. So Hannah and us and the multi-choice team have been sparring for a year. And generally sparring as in like tentatively looking at what the opportunity was. And I happened to be in London, I don't know, when was this, Hannah?
July.
And I had never met Hannah, by the way. So in July I was in London. I contacted Anna, who works in Hannah's office, and we'd set up this meeting. Because every other call was on Zoom. And I must say that it was almost like a meeting of souls. We're both crazy, I think. We sat in this room and we said, we just got to do something.
Yeah.
And we are really wasting time. I think we managed to convince you that Africa is really a place that you should be supporting.
Yeah.
I think you were aligned to that, given your history and all of those kind of things. And we just made a decision to say we're going to make something happen. We're going to make magic happen.
Yeah. So Hannah, what does it mean to be a Global Alliance member?
Well, thank you, and Imtiaz, it's so true. We have been overwhelmed and inspired by our experience here. And I can't wait to see the incredible stories that we're going to tell together. But what does it mean to be a Global Alliance partner? So we choose our partners very carefully, and we look for partners who share our vision and share our values and want to really lean into making a difference. And what we ask of them is bring what you do best. Bring who you know best, your talent, your networks. Bring your ability to support telling the story of finalists and helping them to scale. Because everything that we do in the Earthshot Prize is centered on helping innovators to get their solutions out to the world, to spark the world's imagination, and then to get support for them so they can scale. And so when we met with the multi-choice team, it was really clear to us that one of the gaps we had was we weren't telling the stories of Africa by Africa, and we could do more. We were seeing incredible finalists coming through. We had 3 African finalists in 2021, and I won't say anything more, but we will have more that you're going to love in 2022. We would like to be inundated with innovation from Africa that can go on to win prizes and grab the global attention of what's happening here in the continent.
Yeah, and to show just what Africa is doing towards, contributing to change. Imtiaz, is something interesting you said about, Africa's young people who are seized of the matter. And it is true, you're right. Africa's population of those under 35 is about 1 billion people on the continent. And, how important are young people and small businesses in this initiative and ultimately, turning the planet around? Those are some of the key questions, I think, that we want to take a look at. And, like you said, Hannah, 2021 was interesting, to say the least. It's a big vision. It's ambitious. It's collaborative, it's about telling those stories. So let's talk about 2021 for just a moment, because that was the inaugural year award, and there were 15 innovators, leaders, and visionaries who were the first ever finalists for the Earthshot Prize. 3 of those finalists were from Africa. So, we can cheer and applaud with that. 3 of those finalists were from Africa. So let's take a moment now and watch their story.
In the 2021 inaugural Earthshot Prize, there were 3 finalists from Africa. From the DRC, a Protect and Restore Nature Earthshot finalist was John Kahekwa from Pole Pole. As a ranger and expert tracker, John realized early on that he needed to focus on the root causes of deforestation and bushmeat poaching, which is poverty and hunger. He founded Pole Pole Foundation, a community-led conservation model that shows us how communities can protect wildlife while feeding their people.
The Congo Basin is as important to the world as the Amazon. By protecting it, we can make a very real difference in the fight against climate change.
From Nigeria, A Fix Our Climate Earthshot finalist was Olubenga Olubanjo, who grew up without steady access to electricity. He founded Ready, a clean tech startup to help provide a long-lasting solution to this problem, making clean energy affordable through rechargeable solar-powered capsules.
Earthshot is helping to fix the climate by providing clean, reliable, and affordable electricity to energy-poor regions of the world.
And finally, from Kenya, a Build a Waste-Free World Earthshot finalist was David Auerbach from Synergy. Emerging economies generate 2 billion tons of solid waste each year, a figure set to increase. Synergy's circular sanitation solution converts human waste into safe products for farmers.
By converting organic and sanitation waste into insect protein and organic fertilizer, we are cleaning up the environment, creating good jobs, and feeding the world.
And guess what? We've got two of those finalists here with us. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome here on stage Synergy's co-founder, David Auerbach, and managing director, Michael Loyello, who are here with us today. Hi, guys. Thank you so much for being here.
It's our pleasure.
Yeah, so, we know that Imtiaz and Hannah and the team came by Synergy and have visited, you and seeing the work that you do. We'll talk to them about that in a moment. But let's hear from you about, your initiative. David, let me start with you.
Sure. So Synergy, as we are building a waste-free world, we started back actually in 2011 here in Nairobi, and started with the idea of how can you clean up fast-growing cities with solutions where you're able to convert the waste into something valuable. So we took organic waste, we took sanitation waste. We have a sister organization that supports 200,000 people with safe sanitation services across Nairobi. And then we even started to think bigger, and could we collect all of the waste in the city? And right now we collect somewhere around 10 to 15% of Nairobi's waste. And we're converting that into valuable agricultural inputs. We convert this into organic fertilizer, which is so valuable for helping farmers increase their crop yields, increase their incomes. And we also create insect protein, which is great for chickens and fish and pork, and is actually one of the leading producers now of protein in Kenya. Usually this is imported, and instead we're able to develop this solution locally.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the last thing we do is biomass briquettes. So we're converting the waste into a sustainable fuel, which is so good. It prevents deforestation, prevents the use of fossil fuels. Yeah. It's a complete circular economy approach.
Yeah, so local solutions. Michael, what's been the impact of the work of Synergy on the communities in Kenya?
Yeah, our impact has been, to say the least, quite significant, yeah? Dave spoke about organic fertilizer. So today, 5,000 farmers, just more than 5,000 farmers use organic fertilizer in Kenya today, yeah? And they are seeing significant increases in yield. Just for context, what is different between Africa and Europe is that in Africa we don't have winter, yeah? So our soils don't really get the time to rest. So that means that the organic matter that we have in the soil is very, very low. That's why agricultural productivity is low, yeah? So the work that Synergy is doing, what we're basically doing is that we're returning that carbon back into the soil to actually create healthy soils, yeah? So farmers are seeing upwards of a 30% increase in yield. So farmers out there in Ahero, farmers in Western Kenya, in Central Kenya, across more than 42 counties in Kenya, yeah? They're seeing significant increases in yield, yeah? And that is only made possible by our team, yeah? So we have a team of about 500 people who work at Synergy and 1,000 indirect jobs, yeah? So it just goes to show what impact we're having to our country here in Kenya.
Yeah, Hannah, you visited Synergy. What was your experience? Tell us about that.
Well, so first of all, You know, when you're dealing with climate change and talking about it every day, it can feel quite overwhelming. You can get to this place where you feel, well, what can I do and what can anyone do? And so when I went and visited Sanergy, it was like seeing a dream come true. And I'm a bit of a geek about factories, and they're doing just an incredible job. And I think what is important to notice is they're building something that is scalable. They're building something here just outside Nairobi that is impacting human lives. It's impacting human sanitation and the right to sanitation. It's creating green jobs, and it's helping farmers get a better yield and more income from their farms. And it's a closed system, and it's doing good, and it has a chance to actually be scaled across Africa and beyond. So it was seeing it in real life. That is the work of the innovators around the world. They're bringing dreams to life, and I'm so grateful to you for your partnership.
Yeah,
I'm so proud of you.
Great. Imtiaz, what struck you the most about Sanergy?
What they're doing is quite amazing. What struck me was the responsibility that we feel as MultiChoice in helping the Earthshot Prize and helping these guys to tell the story that will bring them more investors, that will motivate other people to do similar things, innovative things. So we feel a big weight of responsibility with the unbelievable work that they are doing together with what Hannah and the Earthshot Prize are doing. So and if we can help in some way, get people more interested, bring them investors that are something that's measurable. And that's the responsibility we feel. But they're doing unbelievable stuff.
Yeah. So, David, tell us about the Earthshot Prize and how that impacted your work and your organization.
First of all, we have Prince William narrating a video about us, and Kate Blanchett narrating another video about us.
Pretty cool.
It's more interesting than my voice, let's just say. But it does speak to the fact that it's really creating a platform of who people listen to, too. And that's one reason we're so excited to be working with MultiChoice, too, is, beyond that, how do we get this story that we're doing into people's households across Africa? So that's been really, really, really helpful. Exposure brings money, it brings talent, and it brings inspiration to our team, too.
Yeah, good stuff. Michael, who would you encourage to enter the Earthshot Prize and why?
Yeah, I would encourage all local entrepreneurs who are looking to solve life-critical challenges in Kenya and around Africa as well, and in the world, to join the Earthshot, to apply for the Earthshot Prize. Yeah. So with life-critical challenges, we're talking about people doing work around the environment, guys looking to solve the issues around carbon emissions, guys in healthcare, and everything that the Earthshot Prize stands for.
Yeah. So that's amazing, guys. Look, I know we're almost done with our conversation, but this is what happens in Africa. We don't let guests go away empty-handed. Imtiaz, I understand you've got a little bit of a token of appreciation for Hannah?
Yeah, we thought symbolism is very important.
Yeah, it is.
And
here we go.
To, I guess, in some ways, commemorate our partnership, which we hope will be immensely successful, we want to say to Hannah, this is a true representation of something that is truly African. It's resilience, it's growth, it's opportunity, and we hope that our partnership will be.
Thank you so much. We are so thrilled to be here with you and so thrilled to be here. And we cannot wait to see all the African nominations in our next round and to celebrate Africa with you. Thank you.
Indeed. Thank you. And listen, nothing represents growth and resilience like a baobab tree.
Exactly.
So thank you so much for that. And thank you for the insightful conversation. Ladies, gentlemen, let's give them a warm round of applause. Please take your seats. What an exciting one. Please, you may take your seats now. What an exciting conversation that we have had. And indeed, a prize that we are looking forward to. And like Hannah said, looking forward towards seeing who the 2022 finalists will be. We'll be learning that. And like you've seen from the conversation and the guests we've had, it is an exciting time to be an innovator in Africa. And also exciting to see young people taking charge of their environment, making sure that there's a viable future for generations to come. But now, ladies and gentlemen, I want us to turn our attention to an innovator of a different kind. He is shaking up Kenya's rap and hip-hop industry. Please, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Nyashinsky performing his hit song, Baby Baby.
Some say a fool never changed his mind. Well, maybe I'm a fool for you. Mapenzi kipofu kipenda maovu huoni. Oh, love is blind, never seems so true. When I'm broke, natumianga bro, please call me. Akipiga nomba do, mbona kuna message najitumanga, send me money. Cut the long story short, yo, vumilia na mimi. Please don't leave me, don't let the money fool you. Sponsors just wanna use you. Nambia mtoto wa mama siharibike, ananishoni biashara tu. Na siwezi mshibisha na panganga tu. Na mwezi ukiisha sina ujanja, na renti kibisho wanga blanda. Oh baby, kwa nami wakati sina. Leo sina kitu, kesho nitabarikiwa. Na nikifanikiwa, ahadi yangu ni sitasahau mali nimetoka nawe. Baby, kwa nami wakati sina. Leo sina kitu, kesho nitabarikiwa. Na nikibarikiwa, ahadi yangu ni sitasahau mali nimetoka nawe. Girl, I wanna take you to my mama, show her you're the one for me. I'll never, ever leave you. Oh, believe me when I say you will forever be my queen. Ulena lana ye kwa dhiki, talana ye kwa faraja. Ahadi yangu ndiyo, kama pamoja tumelia, tutacheka pamoja. Boy, vumilia na mimi, please don't leave me. Don't let the money fool you. Sponsors just wanna you. Siharibike. Oh baby, kwa nami wakati sina. Leo sina kitu, kesho nitafanikiwa. Na nikibarikiwa, ahadi yangu ni sitasahau mali nimetoka nawe. Baby, kwa nami wakati sina. Leo sina kitu, kesho nitabarikiwa. Na nikifanikiwa, ahadi yangu ni sitasahau mali nimetoka nawe. Baby.
Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome the chairman of MultiChoice Kenya, Mr. Samuel Minor. A round of applause.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. There is no single way to tackle the environmental challenge before us. There is more to do than what we have already committed to if we are enable an accelerated system of innovation and transformation. The Earthshot Prize partnership with MultiChoice is a decisive action towards this common goal, supported by global coalition of philanthropists and organizations. In the true essence of MultiChoice stands for, we are more than ever committed to enriching life and building ecological resilient communities. As we say in Africa, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. Given the far-reaching nature of our climate challenge, our ambitious efforts require effective policies and government interventions. We must do something today. We cannot wait anymore. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure that I now introduce Nancy Matimo, the Managing Director of MultiChoice Kenya, for the vote of thanks. Thank you very much.
What an incredible program that we have just witnessed this morning and this afternoon, which really does say very loudly that we are very committed to the climate action that we have just promised to be able to be part of as a MultiChoice group. On behalf of the entire MultiChoice group, led by our chairman, Imtiaz Patel, it is indeed an honor for me and our country, Kenya, and Africa at large, to have the opportunity to be able to host this event and to have been selected specially to be able to announce the partnership between MultiChoice and the Earthshot Prize. To our partners, the Earthshot Prize team, led by Hannah Jones, the CEO, we are absolutely grateful for the work that you're doing to identify, to amplify, and to celebrate climate action innovations that truly demonstrate that it is indeed possible for us to go beyond a net zero world and start building a carbon negative world for today and for the future. To our chairman, Imtiaz Patel of the MultiChoice Group, thank you very much for really giving us an opportunity as an organization to be able to truly live our purpose of enriching lives, and for us to be able to also take part actively as the whole world is watching, for us to get involved practically and in ways that people can see to showcase climate action innovations and to be able to broadcast to the entire world the work that is being done right from Africa and across the world, for us not only to change the world today, but for the sustainability of the future, for the reason that we all must do in order for us to protect the posterity of our own children today and in the future. We have a lot of stakeholders represented here and a lot of our partners as well as communities that we work with directly. We want to thank you for your support and especially for honoring us with your presence today. And we are sure that you shall walk with us the journey that we have just started today, but not just walk the journey, but also be part and parcel of the work around climate action innovations, as well as beginning to believe that indeed we can make a difference. So in closing, what we are going to say is that let us all believe in a world of possibilities, because it is possible. We have seen, given the showcase that we have just witnessed and listened to by our very own Kenyan organization, Synergy, we are also very clear that it is indeed possible to be able to build net zero, but not just net zero, going beyond net zero, to build a truly carbon negative world. Thank you, everyone, and thank you for joining us this afternoon.
Nancy, thank you very much for that. What an incredible session we have had today. Some insightful conversations, and it's definitely a Pan-African launch to remember. I'm sure you'll all agree with me. Now, there was something Hannah Jones said in the beginning, that sometimes the issues of climate change can seem big and up there, but it is in the little things like what Synergy and many others across the continent are doing. And maybe just to leave you with this quote from one of the greatest environmentalists ever, Nobel Peace Prize winner, Wangari Maathai, who said, "It's the little things that citizens do that will make the difference. My little thing is planting trees." So, ladies and gentlemen, what is your little thing that you are doing today. Please use the hashtag Earthshot Prize X MultiChoice to tell us about what little thing you are doing to improving your environment over the next 10 years. And we cannot wait to see who the 2022 finalists for the Earthshot Prize will be. And so, ladies and gentlemen, as you think about that, I want you to please put your hands together one more time for Nyashinsky, Nikita, and the Red Fourth Chorus.
A minute of love, a minute hate, making mistakes shine away, and I would held you closer if I could. You're bitter than I could have taste. Now I love and now I feel wasted. I would held you closer if I could. And even when we try to throw this all behind, I find myself inside of your arms again. What if I'm insane and taking me for granted? I will never come to forgive myself, 'cause I ain't tryna be your ex. So don't call me if you ain't tryna vibe on my way. I'm on top of my game. I'm on my way, yeah. So don't call if you ain't tryna vibe on my way. I'm on top of my game. Hanging on the backseat now, hanging on the backseat now. I'm on my way, I'm on my way, I'm on my way now. No, yeah. And even when we try to throw this all behind, I'll find myself inside of your arms again. What if I'm insane and I'm taking me for granted? I would never come to forgive myself. I ain't tryna be your ex. Don't call me, babe. I'm on my way, babe. I'm on my way, yeah. So don't call me if you ain't tryna vibe on my way. I'm on top of my game. I'm on my way, I'm on my way. Don't call me, baby. No, me, don't call me, baby. Don't call me, baby. Hey, kidding, yes, let's go.
Kabla swalo kamilishe mama, tafadhali Mola mwambie, milele anichunge mimi nisije zama, mashetani asinivamie, chuki wivu tunakutesana, linda wako usiwasikie, kwa nini hatuwezi sote kupendana? Oi wenzangu achani waambie, labda si sote ndawazimu, labda lana yetu pesa, kesho kipoteza kila kitu, dunia nzima itakucheka. Wanaomba tiwe chai yangu sumu, wabaki wao ndo kusema, kesho wampigie demu wangu simu, asa walivonipenda. Ona mahayawani, haya wana wasi watu hawa, binadamu kageuka mnyama. Hayawani, hayawani, kabla swalo kamilishe mama, tafadhali Mola mwambie, milele anichunge mimi nisije zama, mashetani asinivamie, chuki wivu tunakutesana, linda kwako usiwasikie, kwa nini hatuwezi sote kupendana? Oi wenzangu achani waambie, labda si sote ndawazimu, labda lana yetu pesa, poteza kila kitu, dunia mzima itakucheka. Wanaomatiliwe chai yangu sumu, wabaki wao ndo kusema, kesho wampigie demu wangu simu, asa walivonipenda. Hey! yo, yo, yo.